Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the matchup in the 2026 World Baseball Classic Qualifier. Not the 2016 one as on our banner, but it is live commentary that we're providing between China and Germany, as this will be the second grouping that is going to take place here in Tucson, Arizona. The final two spots are available, and it will be a matchup here between, as we said, China and Germany. The other matchup going later tonight will be Brazil and Colombia, as they will take on the top two spots, will punch their ticket to the 2026 Classic. We're first of all going to give you the starting lineups for China. Leading off and playing at second base is number 40, Tian Yuan. Batting second in center field is number 6, Pei Lang. Hitting third and doing the catching is number 9, Ning Li. And the cleanup spot and in right field is number 4, Samuel Benjamin. Batting fifth at third base is number 2, Yun Liu. Batting in the sixth spot and playing shortstop is number 7, Jin Yang. Hitting seventh in left field is number 43, Wenbin Jing. And the eighth spot and doing the designated hitting is number 25, Ji J Chen. And batting ninth at first base is number 29, Jin Jun Liu. And they're going to be facing Marcus Solbeck, the veteran right-hander of the German national team. He will take to the hill today for the Germans, as he has come out of retirement to pitch for the national team here in this tournament. Now the starting lineup for Germany, who is the home team today. Leading off and playing at third base is number 30, Eric Brink. Batting second in left field is number 13, Lou Helmig. And the three spot in center field is number 10, Lucas Dunn. And the cleanup spot and doing the catching is number 15, Yannick Walter. Hitting in the 5 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 7, Sean Larry. Batting sixth at second base is number 3, Simon Bumgart. Hitting seventh at first base is number 61, Donald Lutz. In the 8th spot in right field is number 33, Finn Bergman. Batting ninth and at shortstop, wearing number 6, is Alexander Schmidt. And they are going to be facing Yanlun Zhang, who takes to the hill today for China. Well, those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for being with us. We'll get that cover art changed, as it is the 2026 World Baseball Classic Qualifier. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. We're still a few minutes away to the first pitch, but we'll be back in just a couple of moments. We're going to introduce you to some of our cast of characters that we have coming up throughout the stream. It is our friend Steve Rademacher. We'll be right back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are still a few moments away for first pitch between China and Germany, but we're going to look over the tail of the tape. And we'll take a look at a few factors and things that we think that may play a bit of a part in this ball game here today. One of the things that we took note of is there are not too many players on the Chinese side that are over 6 foot tall. Their tallest positional player is the first baseman, who is Jin Liu. He stands at 6'1". And on the pitching staff, the same thing. They don't have a lot of players that are over 6 feet tall. We would expect that the Chinese are going to be playing a small ball game and try to utilize speed and quickness around the base paths, as well as defensively to have to be able to hang with the Germans. On the flip side of the coin, the Germans only have 3 pitchers who are under 6 feet and only 3 positional players who are under 6 feet. And if you don't think that makes a difference, getting the baseballs, being able to make plays, just that extra distance is going to be able to help you cover ground. Not to mention, I would think that the Germans would bring a little bit more pop in their stick. They do have a former big leaguer in the lineup in Donald Lutz. Donald Lutz had a brother, Sasha, who was with the national team for many years, as both the Lutz brothers, born in the USA, but German trained. And when you think of German players in the big leagues, or at least German trained players, Max Kepler, who is currently now with the Philadelphia Phillies, longtime Minnesota Twin outfielder. Max Kepler was trained playing with the Regensburg Legionnaire for a number of seasons before, or at least in their youth program, before signing a contract and then coming over to the United States to be able to pursue his professional career with the Twins. So you've got the Germans who have the physical size and strength. You've got the Chinese that we would expect to have the quickness and the speed. And something will have to give in this one. But ultimately, at the end of the day, pitching and defense will probably play a part in this. And we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. The first pitch is just around the corner. The teams are getting set to take the field. And we'll be right back after this. It is the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us today. We'll be right back after these.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, everybody, for stopping in and listening here to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We are going to be getting this one underway here in just a couple moments as the Germans and the Chinese are ready to go to battle here in Tucson, Arizona, as the first pitch and the lineups are just around the corners. So stay with us here. We'll be back. We'll entertain you as much as we possibly can until that first pitch, but it is about less than 3 minutes away. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It's just a few extra minutes until we get this one going. The manager for Germany has the lineup cards. That is Yanni Speer, as he will be making the exchange. We were taking a look, also doing a bit of a deep dive on the lineups for the Chinese roster, they have all of their players were Chinese born, except for 3. They have a couple American players who are playing positionally. They do have a pitcher who is American born, as well as the starter for today's game, Yanlun Zhang. He is born and raised in Singapore. So that is the difference there. The Germans, for a number of years, had relied heavily on their domestic trained players, and they were usually going with their domestic group. But more recently, they have started to use more American players. Former big leaguer Nick Wintgren is going to be in the pitching, going to be making an appearance at some point here, one would have to think, in this tournament, as he is on the pitching staff. Not to mention, they have a number of other players who do have some minor league experience. And probably the biggest name on the pitching staff is Jaden Agassi, the son of former tennis great Andre Agassi. And of course, the daughter or the mother is Steffi Graf. He had played his college ball at the University of Southern Cal, and that is where he had applied his trade. So that is some of the names, at least with regards to that. Probably the biggest name on the offensive side, as we said, Donald Lutz played with the Cincinnati Reds at the big league level. Probably the first German trained player, although he was born in the States. He was born in New York State. Donald Lutz is going to be in the lineup here today. He's getting the nod at first base, as well as Lou Helmig. Lou Helmig has a 3-generational type player in Germany. His father, Martin, was a longtime manager of the Regensburg Legionnaire and had a grandfather that also was big in German baseball. So when you think of baseball royalty in Germany, Lou Helmig is that. He stands at 6'5" and 198 pounds. He will get the start today in left field. So they do have the size and they do have the strength, as the right-hander Martin Solbach is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to get this one underway. The Germans are wearing their home whites today with the black and the gold or yellow trim with red numbering as well, whereas the Chinese are in their road red uniforms with gray trim, and of course they're yellow as well. So Solbach had pitched in the Australian League last year, a few years ago, and he has been a mainstay in the staff or in the national side as well. And so this was an opportunity for him to be able to make the appearance here in the Classic to try to get Germany into the Classic for the 2026 main draw. He is going to be facing the top of the order here to get things going. It is going to be Tianyuan Hu, Pei Liang, and Ning Li to come to bat. The 1, 2, 3 hitters in the batting order for China, as Solbach has now completed his tosses. We're about ready to get this one underway. A beautiful sunny day in Arizona, 11 a.m. start. I'm sure that the heat will only pick up through this one here. Not a lot of fans in the stands, but there are people here yet still to watch as the first pitch of the ballgame is ready to come. But the home plate umpire has stepped out and waved time to hold up, because I'm not really sure why. But here we go. Here comes the first pitch of the ballgame, and we are underway. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Hu. So no stats yet in the qualifiers. That's the first pitch of this one. As Solbach rocks into the windup and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Hu. Solbach, big, tall, lanky right-hander, rocking into the windup. He kicks and he fires. Fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and the count remains at 0-2 to Hu. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to go again. Gracie Lynn in the house today. We welcome you for being here. And there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Hu is in the books on 4 pitches. He's gone for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Pei Liang. And Gracie Lynn says it's been a while since she caught a stream. She says probably the Premier 12. Well, we're glad to have you with us. And we've been doing some of our stuff. We've launched our podcast since you've been gone too. So there's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. So if you get a chance, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube or anywhere you download your podcast. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner. Count goes even to 1-1 on Liang. So Solbach right out of the gate, pouring in strikes to the Chinese as the pitch is on the way. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We will be getting into the Japanese games a little bit later this week. We'll be calling some exhibition games, so hopefully you can tune in. We haven't announced our schedule yet. There's a fastball swung on. This is line past the glove of the shortstop Schmidt into left center field as it gets down for a base hit. And so that is the first hit of the tournament and the first hit of the ball game here for China, as Liang is aboard with a one-out single. And that is going to bring up the catcher Li Ning to the plate. I was talking a little bit earlier about the number of domestic trained players that have been trained by China, and you look at the Chinese and how that they have had their domestic players and how they've been keeping them. The Germans, as we said, have got a lot of American-born players in the side, but the shortstop is actually Australian-born, as the fastball is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1, and that would be the shortstop Schmidt. So no balls and one strike. Ning at the plate, batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Solbeck, as the throws over to first base, and Donald Lutz has to move around a little bit to pick the ball up. So here we go again. No balls and one strike to the left-handed hitting catcher. Right-hander Solbeck holds set, now delivers. Fastball swung on. It's popped up over on the right side, giving chase is Lutz, and he's not gonna come up with that one. That's going to hit his glove, and it's going to fall down. That's an out that needs to be made. That is going to be strike 2 here to Li Ning, as that is a ball that he went off his glove and that ended up into the netting. So Donald Lutz juggling the ball a little bit. So no balls and 2 strikes here. You hit him in a bad spot right in the hands, as Lutz was unable to come up with that one. So no balls, 2 strikes to Lee. It is Liang at first. One gone here. Pitch on the way, and it bounces up and it hits the batter. And that is the worst thing that can possibly happen, is that's going to put runners at first and second. Liang advances. He was moving on the pitch. He's going to hold up there. That's going to put runners at first and second with one gone. It'll bring up the right fielder, Samuel Benjamin. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's probably the one you want to get hit by. It bounced up and spun into him, but that should be 2 out and a runner on first. And instead, now the Chinese have something brewing, as they've got runners at first and second with one gone. And the American Benjamin stepping to the dish. Batting also from the left side. Waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from Solbeck. Solbeck checks the runner at second, now delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Benjamin. So 1 ball, no strikes. 22 years old. He was born in Walnut Creek, California. Of course, to be eligible to play, you have to have some parental or grandparent or maybe birth type things, as there was a fastball that swung on and it's fouled way down the first base line, but Benjamin's going to walk back toward the dugout. He's got to get himself a new piece of lumber, as he has broken that bat. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Benjamin. Solbeck gets himself a new baseball. He rubs it up, and we're ready to go back at it again. Right-hander works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Or is it fouled away? Home plate umpire says it was fouled off. So that is going to keep the count at 1-2. Defensively today for the Germans, from left to right field. In left field, it is Lou Helmig. The center fielder is Lucas Dunn. In right field, it is Finn Bergman. Around the horn from first to third, you've got Lutz at first, Baumgart at second. The shortstop is Schmidt, and Brink is at third. As the fastball is swung on, it is popped up foul over on the third base side, giving chase over by the dugout, making a great catch as the third baseman Brink. Oh, what a play by him. And that is going to retire Benjamin. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. But he did a great job of getting over and making the catch. That is going to put 2 in the books here for China. So that was not an easy play, as he had to lean into the camera well, did Brink, to have to make that grab. But he was able to make the play. 2 gone in the books, and Yun Lu is now coming to bat. And here's the first pitch to Lou. It's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. In a tournament where the pitch counts do matter, that out that they should have had would have got Solback out of the inning on 15 pitches. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Fastball swung on and line foul down the right field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. So at least in our books, we've got Solback with 18 pitches, and 16 of them have been for strikes. Actually, 15 of them have been for strikes. So he's been all around the zone today, has the German right-hander so far. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. Going the other way is the right-handed hitting Lou. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is going to be a little bit short. And China is going to get the first run of the ball game as they have struck first. It's going to be an RBI single off the bat of Lou. He drives home Liang with the first run of the ball game. And it's going to advance the runner Lee to third as he goes first to third on the single. And it is a early 1-0 lead here for China in the top of the first inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Jin Yang. So the Germans find themselves in an early 1-0 deficit, and certainly it probably shouldn't be that way. It should be out of the inning at zip as the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined into right field. It's going to be hang up enough for the right fielder, Bergman, to come underneath it to make the grab, and that is going to do it as Yang is retired for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for China in their half of the first. They got one run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, but it was the error by Donald Lutz dropping the pop-up in foul territory that does some damage. And then you've got 2 runners left the board, so your score at the end of a half inning is China 1, Germany coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. Our friend Gracie Lynn is with us, and we'll keep up with her in just a couple moments when we come right back. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Drafts Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom half of the first inning, and the Germans are finding themselves in a 1-0 deficit to the Chinese. Our friend Gracie Lynn says, am I the only one who thinks it's a tragedy that not every country gets a chance to go through to the World Baseball Classic qualifying? Costa Rica, Argentina, Portugal, and others don't even get the chance. I think one of the things that I would look, or at least to say, is that if you haven't made the Classic and if you have to go through the qualifying, they should be using the World Baseball Softball Council rankings to invite the qualifiers in that particular order. So in other words, they come out with the annual rankings, or they have rankings that currently exist. And as far as I'm concerned, if you haven't already qualified or been in the system, then the 8 highest seeded teams should be able to get the invite. And you start thinking, when you start going down into countries like Singapore and, I call them baseball third world countries like Uganda, or even other European countries that were not invited to the qualifying, I think that would be, it's a very difficult process. You've got to be able to make a distinguish somehow where you're going to cut it off, because the baseball can get really, really ugly really quick. Well, the first 2 pitches have been delivered to Brink, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike as we are back into the live action as the right-hander ready to deliver again. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled off into the catcher Lee, and the count is 1-2 to Brink. Interesting arm action here from the right-hander Zhang. It looks like he has some very short arm, short arm action off the backside. We'll have to get a look here, but he is got a very quick delivery. Here comes the pitch, and it is a fastball taken for a called third strike. Brink stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. So that is going to be 1 gone. So 1 away here. And that is going to bring up the left fielder in Lou Helmig. So Helmig coming to bat. As we said, the 6'5", 198-pound left fielder of the Germans, batting from the left side. He takes a first pitch fastball down, and the count is 1-0. Significantly bigger than his father. I don't remember his dad being as big as he was. His dad had to be about 6'2", I would guess. Our friend Gracie Lynn, of course, living in Costa Rica. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. I don't know how long you've been down there, if you've been calling it almost a year-round home now, but a great place to be. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As Helmig waggles the bat, the 21-year-old waits, and the pitch is swung on. It is lined, and it is caught by the shortstop, Yang, and that is going to retire Helmig for the second out of the innings. So 2 up and 2 away here. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Lucas Dunn. And Gracie Lynn says there's 64 baseball-playing countries. That sounds about right. And 16 are already qualified to the Classic. That's correct. And so the other 2 that went through last week were Chinese Taipei and Nicaragua joined the group. As that fastball is taken for a called strike, the count is 0-1 to Dunn. And now the winner of this group plus the second and third place playoff would go on. Lucas Dunn, another American-born player in the lineup, swings and fouls that one away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So even though in the first inning here that the Chinese have the lead, I would think that the advantage is going to be the depth of the squad that the Germans can produce. Interested to see how Brazil is going to look in this tournament, but one would have to say the odds-on favorite to go through would have to be the Colombians. Colombians have a very interesting baseball history here, and the history isn't all that long as that fastball misses outside for a ball. The count is 1-2. And what I mean by that is prior to the year 2000, I think there was only 3 Colombian-born players in Major League that have made it to Major League Baseball. And since year 2000, they're approaching almost 30 players now that are Colombian-born and trained. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. Dunn goes in the books. Zhang has struck out 2 of the first 3 hitters, and the Germans go in order here in their half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 1 complete. Your score is China 1, Germany no score. We'll be back at the top of the second in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. That is our friend Matt Hollis. Be sure to go check out his channel, as he is another Hollis build. He's got all kinds of great and wonderful things going on his channel. I was saying the length of the tournament would probably play into the hands better of, for example, like Germany, where they potentially would have more depth. But that also may go on as well for Colombia, as well, as they have some depth of talent they've been able to produce as well. And so be interesting to see how China and Brazil, especially with their pitching depth, will be tested through this tournament. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for China in their half of the second inning. Jing, Chen, and Liu to face the right-hander Solbach. And the other thing that we would have to also wonder about is how the pitchers will be used in this one here. We saw Chinese Taipei early in the tournament use a lot of pitchers for one-inning spurts. As the first pitch, fastball delivered from Solbach is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 19 pitches in the first inning for the German right-hander. As he delivers a fastball that swung on, it's grounded up the middle. It is fielded by Schmidt. Moving to his left, he fires to first. That's going to retire Zheng on a groundout, 6-3. So 1 up and 1 away here in the second inning, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Gigi Chen. Chen gets the start at the designated hitter position today as he hits from the right side. The 25-year-old, 6 foot tall, 194-pound right-handed hitting designated hitter swings at the first pitch and fouls it away, and the count is 0-1. As we mentioned, it has been a strike-throwing festival by Solbeck. He has put on an absolute clinic in that regard here today as the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. It is chopped over on the left side. Fielding it deep in the 6-hole is the shortstop Schmidt, but the throw is going to be offline, and it's not going to be in time. It's going to be ruled as an infield single there for Chen, as he's aboard with a base hit. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Jinjun Liu. So already the third hit of the ball game here for the Chinese. And coupled with one error, but certainly Solbeck, as we mentioned, in the first inning, only 3 balls and 16 strikes, and he's picked up where he's left off. There's a bunt that has popped up down the first base line, but it is going to bounce, and it is just going to roll foul as Donald Lutz picks it up in foul territory, and the count is 0-1 to Liu. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, Liu is the tallest positional player in the Chinese lineup. Interesting lineup today, too. They've got the China across the chest, but they've incorporated the dragon in with the jersey. Kind of a neat look as there's a fastball that is swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Liu. Liu is 30 years old. Batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Solbeck. Solbeck holds set. He checks the runner. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So not too many balls out of Solbeck. That is one for sure. Right-hander against that right-hander. Germans are in double play depth here with one gone in the second. Solbeck delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Liu. He's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Tinyuan Hu. The umpires for today's game, and we didn't do that at the top of the stream, but behind the plate today is Tanner Moore. It is Alan Izagari who is at first. Harley Acosta is at second as they throw down to first base. And diving back in time is the base runner Chen. That last pitch to Hu was down in the dirt for a ball. Good snap throw by the catcher Walter. We'll see if he likes to throw it around a little bit. The throw was a little bit high, and Lutz couldn't get it down in time. The third base umpire is Alessandro Spera, as they're working a 4-man crew in this one. 67 degrees Fahrenheit at first pitch. And for those of you who are in the mode of Celsius, that would be about 18 Celsius as that pitch catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1 on Hu. Hu's 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. As the right-hander delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to first. It is picked up by the first baseman, Lutz, and he steps on the bag, and that is going to do it as Hu has gone for the third out of the inning. So China in their half of the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they do strand a runner aboard. We are now through an inning and a half. It is China 1, Germany no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you for hanging here, and we'll be right back after this. Our friend Gracie Lynn still chatting away, and we'll come back and take a look and see what she says and share that with you when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the German batting order to come to bat to face China here in the second. And the first pitch was delivered to Yannick Walter, the catcher, taken for a call and strike, and the count is 0-1. Walter, Larry, and Bumgart to come to bat here against the right-hander Zhang. Walter, a young 20-year-old, getting the start behind the plate as the pitch is on the way. There's a fastball that is swung through and missed. The count is 0-2. Changing of the guard literally for the Germans as well, as Simon Goering was the longtime catcher. He had played many seasons for Heidenheim, and he had retired after the last Classic. And so now it is the passing of the torch as the young 20-year-old Walter has taken over here. There's a fastball swung on it as pop foul. It's going to reach the seats. And the count remains at 0-2, so no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Gracie Lynn said she'd like to see a World Baseball Classic qualifying is break the remaining 48 unqualified countries into 8 groups to a round robin. I don't know if that would actually work, and I'll tell you why. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the glove of the second baseman, Walter, right to the second baseman off the bat of Walter, and that was who makes the catch. And that will retire Walter for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up the designated hitter, Sean Larry. Some of it also has to do with the countries and the money and what they have put into the sport. So even though they might have 60 some odd countries playing baseball, it becomes the affordability of being able to play these tournaments, get themselves prepared as that fastball misses up and in. Count is 1-0. Soccer, the United States, Canada, and Mexico hosting the next World Cup. There's going to be 48 teams, largest field ever. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. And in a lot of ways, I think that's too many. I think that, how big is big? Yeah, you want to showcase your best on the World Cup, but there's going to be some countries that really don't belong. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it has hit Sean Larry, and he is going to be aboard for the first base runner for the Germans in this one. So he's aboard on the hit by pitch, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Simon Baumgart. We didn't do the defensive alignment for the Chinese today. From left to right field, it is Wenbin Jing is in left. The center fielder is Liang. In right field, it is Samuel Benjamin. Around the horn from first to third, it is Liu at first. The second baseman is Hu. At shortstop, it is Yang. And the third baseman is Liu. As there's a fastball swung on, it is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Good piece of hitting there by the right-handed hitting Baumgart. And stopping at second base is Sean Larry. So that's the first hit of the ball game for the Germans, as Baumgart is aboard with a single. Runners are at first and second. So runners at first and second, and Donald Lutz will come to the plate. Lutz certainly looking to make amends for the error that led to the first Chinese run in inning number 1. Batting from the left side as he takes a fastball outside for a ball. Lutz was in the Cincinnati Reds organization, but he was kind of blocked by a guy named Votto for a long time, as Votto had played first base. He stands at 6'4", 230 pounds. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Gracie said Heidenheim had a D1 baseball team, but had their soccer team stuck in the German lower leagues. Heidenheim is a city in Germany, and they have a program there that is one of the clubs. They used to play in the German South Division, and they still do, I do believe. There's a fastball that misses down and in. They are one of the mainstays. 3-0 to Lutz. We'll see if he gets green lighted here with runners at first and second and nobody out. Big fella here waiting on the offering from the right-hander Zhang. As the right-hander holds to the set. Now he kicks and fires. Fastball that misses way upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. Lutz is aboard with a walk. That is going to load the bases. And now you've got Finn Bergman coming to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out, with an opportunity to try to do some damage. showing Donald Lutz's home run when he was with the Cincinnati Reds. A lot thinner looking Lutz at that time. Lutz hit it, the home run on Mother's Day, if I'm not mistaken. That was his first big league, well, his first home run, but might have been his first big league hit as well. Pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Bergman. Bergman getting the start in right field today for the Germans as they have the bases loaded with only one gone. Zhang getting his side from the catcher as he works himself to the set. Kicks and fires. Fastball goes all the way to the backstop, and that's going to get a run in as Larry's going to come home from third. Advancing to second is advancing to third is Baumgart. Advancing to second is Lutz. And that is going to go down. One would have to think is a pass ball. It looked like it went off the glove of the catcher, Lee. So that couldn't have come at a worse time. We'll get a look at the replay on that one, and it went right off the glove all the way to the backstop. So that is going to put runners at second and third with only one gone. So the Germans looking to put a crooked number up on the board here as Lee goes out to the mound to talk to his starter. So 1 ball, no strikes to, or check that, 2 balls, no strikes to Bergman as he is waiting here on the offering from the right-hander who works himself to the set position. Checks the runners and now delivers. There's a fastball that Bergman checks his swing on, but it is taken for a called strike, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander against the right-hander. Zhang holds himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped softly over to third. A nice play there by the third baseman, Liu, who checks the runners back, and he's able to throw Bergman out. Not a good piece of hitting by the German right fielder. Goes in the books as a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Alexander Schmidt. So for Schmidt, this is his first at bat here in this one. The Australian-born shortstop, batting from the right side here against the righty Zhang, takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. How hard has Zhang been throwing? We've been seeing him pretty much in the upper 80s. I don't recall him touching 90 yet. Schmidt waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering, and the pitch on the way is a breaking ball down. They appeal to the first base umpire, and they say that Schmidt had gone, and the count now goes to 0-2. Couldn't hold up on that one. So no balls and 2 strikes. Sunday morning baseball. Breakfast in baseball if you are on the West Coast. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on, his chop slowly to third, and it's off the glove of the third baseman, and it gets by him, and it trickles past the shortstop, but he's able to scamper it back down, and that is a error that is going to be charged to the third baseman. So Schmidt is going to be aboard safely, and that is going to score Baumgart from third. Lutz is going to stop at third. So no RBI on that one, and that's going to put runners on the corners, and the Germans have now taken a 2-1 lead over the Chinese. And when our friend Gracie Lynn is talking about expanding the play at this level has to get better before I think the expansion has to continue. And certainly we've seen some shoddy defense here from both teams already in the early going. And the first pitch delivered to Eric Brink is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. 32-year-old Brink stands 6'2", 200 pounds, batting from the right-hand side. 0-for-1 today. He struck out his first time up. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down and away. The count goes even to 1-1. So a ball and a strike. So we were wondering about the defensive play early on. We were also wondering on how it was going to look on the offensive side of things. And right now, kind of playing out as we projected. A little bit of speed shown by the Chinese. And certainly the size advantage goes to the Germans without a doubt. Well, we had it at 1 ball, 1 strike to Brink, but the scoreboard's got it at 0-2, so I'm not sure if we should be believing ourselves or if we should be believing the scoreboard. As the pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, it was 0-2. And that ball is caught, and it is going to retire Brink for the third out of the inning And that is going to do it here for the Germans. So the scoreboard is right and we are wrong. Brink is gone for the third out. And that will do it here for the Germans in their half of the second. But they've taken the lead. 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was an error and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your scores were 2 complete in Tucson. It is Germany 2, China 1. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a little bit after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is your coverage on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel of China and Germany in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. It is 2025, but is a 2026 qualifier, as the winner of this group will go through to the Classic next year, and the 2-3 teams will have to battle it out in a single game playoff a little later in the week. They do have a pitch count restrictions. 50 pitches, you have to rest for 4 days. 30 pitches, you got 1 day rest. And this one here, and the first pitch from Solbach is delivered. It is a fastball swung on, grounded past the third baseman, deep into the 6th hole, and it is going to be reaching safely at first. Will be Pei Liang. It got past the third baseman, and Alexander Schmidt on the backhand. It got to the ball, but unable to make the throw. And that is the difference that you see here. That's a base hit. You see it also in the Japanese league, that you don't have the folks throwing at 90 plus miles an hour across the infield. And so that is the way that it kind of operates. 85 pitches would be the max in the ball game, as Solbeck delivers a first pitch fastball. It misses down and in for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So really kind of curious to see what they decide to do with the starter here. My guess is maybe they take them to 50 pitches, and they want to hold them back, especially if they need them for a Thursday ball game, the Germans, that is. As that fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Lee. And that is my early estimation. Maybe you keep them back because the games are going to be played today, tomorrow, Tuesday. Wednesday will be an off day. And then you've got Thursday that they would play the 2-3 games. So if either of these teams, as we said, if they pretty much go 3-0, then you would more than likely win 3-0 would win you the group, just like Nicaragua did last week, because there's a fastball that's bunted foul over on the third base side, and the count is 2-1. So if that was the situation, then you're looking at a 2-3 playoff. And with the 2-3 playoff, you certainly want to keep somebody back or a couple of arms back that are going to help you be able to get through that one game if needed. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. A runner's on his way to second base. The throw is not going to be in time. Not sure that I liked a couple of things there. The shortstop, Schmidt, got to the front of the base and not to the bag. But by the same token, the bag was not covered. It ended up being, the shortstop never even got to the base. So that ball would have had to bounce to him, and then he'd had to apply the tag. So he was a good solid 4 feet in front of the base. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and sliced down the left field line. It's going to go foul. And the count remains at 2-2 to Lee. So the runner Liang in scoring position here with nobody out in the third. As the catcher Ning Lee at the plate here, waiting on the offering from Solbeck. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is looped softly into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home with the tying run is Liang, and that's going to even the score line here. So Liang comes around to score. That's going to make the score line 2-2. An RBI single off the bat of Ning Li. We're back to where we started as this game was all even, now at 2 apiece. So I'm not sure that I would have projected this, that we would have a run festival here in the first couple innings, but that's what it's starting to look like. As both of these teams have traded punches, China getting 1 in the first, the Germans coming back with 2 in the second of their own, and now here in the top of the third, China has evened it up at 2. As the first pitch to Benjamin is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Benjamin waiting on the offering from Solbeck, who delivers a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Gracie Lynn says she's still fixated on the number of teams not getting an opportunity to qualify. There's a fastball that is swung on, and it is popped up over on the third base side. In foul territory is Brink. And he's there to make the catch, and Benjamin's going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So that is going to bring up the third baseman, Yun Liu. Well, one of the things that I also talked about, I had this conversation about where baseball has done it to itself. What I mean by this is soccer, as an example, has gone into other countries around the world and has come in with money and developed, being FIFA, that is. You need a soccer stadium, we'll help you build your stadium. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. And baseball really hasn't. Baseball, I often think of baseball as the plantation owners of the early 1900s in America, or late 1800s, where they had slavery. And they would go in and they would put their stuff up and basically looking to profit. As there's a fastball that is swung off, check swing fouled off the foot of Liu, and the count now goes to 0-2. Baseball has really been that way for many years in its model. They really haven't gone in with the idea of growing everybody, as opposed to with the idea of just profiting off of everybody. And I think there is a difference to that. So that is the one thing that I find fascinating with baseball as opposed to soccer. And so certainly to grow the game, when you think of soccer, you think of basketball on a global scale. Both of those sports have been very good at being able to certainly be able to get their game into the hands of the youth and to be able to really grow and develop the sport all around the world. Baseball is a little bit more complex. You have to have a field, you have to have equipment, a little bit more equipment. And some of that stuff is harder to get to. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. I have a friend of mine who was involved in baseball in the Oceanic region, and he would be in places like Saipan, American Samoa, Guam, different places. And he said, just getting baseballs was a hard thing. And I know myself in Europe, getting baseballs, it's not like in North America where you have an endless supply, as there is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Other parts of the world, some of the equipment, some of the things that you need to have aren't readily available. And so with soccer, hey, let's just get a ball and let's go kick it. Or with basketball, let's get a ball and go shoot it. As long as you have a hoop, then you're in good shape. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Liu, and as he bats here, the runner at first is Lee. There is 1 gone, already another run on the board here in inning number 3. 2-2 is the scoreline, and the pitch that comes in, it is grounded softly over to short. Schmidt fields it, he goes to second for 1, back to first, and it's an inning-ending double play, and the Germans get out of it here. It is a 6-4-3 variety, and that will do it here in the 3rd inning. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it is Germany 2 and China 2. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the third inning. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for Germany. That means Helmig, Dunn, and Walter to come to bat for the Germans here against China. Our friend, the MLB factory, is located in Turrialba, Cartago province. That would be in Costa Rica. It's the largest baseball production factory in the world, yet the game is pretty much dead in Costa Rica, and that would be absolutely correct. The game is definitely not big there. I know when I was in Costa Rica trying to find any remnants of baseball, soccer is alive and well. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count's 0-1. And I guess that emphasizes my point. When you think about it, here you've moved your production to make your gloves, your equipment, your jerseys, your shirts, all of that stuff. You moved it offshore. And yet you're moving it to an area that doesn't play the game, and you're producing stuff and so on and so forth. As that fastball swung on, it's popped up into foul territory over on the third base side. Camping out underneath it is Helmig, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire him for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It'll bring up the center fielder, Lucas Dunn. Well, for Dunn, he is 0 for 1 today. He struck out in his only trip to the plate as he bats here with 1 gone. The right-hander Zhang kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-0 on Dunn. Dunn got the start in center field, the 25-year-old, standing at 5'11", 205 pounds. And the right-hander delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it is popped up on the right side. It's in foul territory. It's playable. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Zhang, but that is going to retire Dunn for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it up to the catcher, Yannick Walter. Gracie Lynn says about the official regulation baseballs in the world, the stitches, 78%. Yeah, that's probably right. I think I don't want to say jerseys, but certainly T-shirts and other merchandise, there are some stuff that is produced in Costa Rica. There's a fastball swung on, lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is the center fielder, Liang. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to do it as Walter's going to be retired. And that's a quick inning here for the Germans in their half of the third as they go 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 3 complete. Your score is China 2, Germany 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That'll be the sweet sounds of Matt Hollis. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. And it is another Hollis build. And we are going to be returning here in just a couple moments. They're doing a quick drag of the infield as the Germans have taken it. We'll be right back after this, and we'll keep you entertained with our Japanese cheerleaders. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Gracie Lynn in the chat, keeping us busy here today. We appreciate you for jumping in with us today. And she is telling us about no shortage of baseball fields or facilities here. Several stadiums with minor league fields, over 1,000 seating capacity, one per province minimum. Not sure much about that, as I didn't see a whole lot of that when I was in Costa Rica, but seeing that you live there, you would know, as there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yang. Yang, Jing, and Chen to come to bat, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for China. As there is a pitch that is swung on and missed, the count goes to 0-2. As I mentioned in some of the other streams, I'm going to be on my way to Taiwan this year. I was going to try to get back to Japan, but Taiwan is on the docket. We're going to try to get to see some of their league and some of their culture. As that fastball misses down and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. They have a 16 professional league in Taiwan. As the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, it is hit over to the left side of the infield. It's knocked down by the third baseman Brink. I'm not sure how they're going to rule that, if they're going to rule that as an error or if that will be ruled as a hit. And they're going to give Yang a hit on that one. As it was not a difficult play. The third baseman had to go a little bit to his left. He was able to knock it down, but wasn't able to pick it up to fire over to first. So a single there by Yang. And that is already the 6th hit recorded by China here in this one. As the right-hander Solbeck kicks and delivers, bunting it down the third base line, but it's going to roll foul as the left fielder Jing, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Friend Gracie Lynn says the Heredio soccer team is currently playing at a baseball stadium, 30-time league champions. They have to play there because their stadium is under construction. So the right-hander works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. It is bunted. This one's down on the first base side. Solbeck comes off the mound to field it. Covering first is the second baseman Bumgard. That's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-4 for the first out of the inning. Yang is going to advance to second. And it's going to leave it up, or it's going to bring up the designated hitter, J.G. Chen. So we were talking about the pitch counts. 50-plus pitches, you need 4 days rest. 30-plus pitches, you need a day's rest. And if you pitch for 2 consecutive days, well, it looks like Solbeck, they're going to ride him out as that fastball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Solbeck is now at 52 pitches. So they do have another pitch count restriction. You can only go to 85 pitches in the ballgame. So one would have to think that Solbeck will be expended to 85. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field. Backpedaling underneath it is the center fielder Dunn. He makes the catch. And advancing over to third is Yang. So that is going to be the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Jinjun Liu. Well, for Liu, he comes to bat. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out in his only plate appearance. Our friend Gracie Lynn also adds the stadium in the farming town of Santa Barbara, about 10 miles outside of Heredia, has a baseball-specific stadium with a 3,500 seat capacity. That's pretty cool. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on, grounded over to third, fielded by Brink. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Liu on a ground-out 5-3. He's in the books for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for China in their half of the fourth. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. The leadoff single by Yang is left stranded at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the fourth inning, your score is China 2, Germany 2. We'll be back in just a few moments after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us. Here is our friend Steve for more entertainment.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs, we have pounds, we have Deutschmarks, we have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game for all your crazy and entertainment needs regarding baseball and other wacky stuff. But we do like Steve and appreciate him. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here for Germany in their half of the fourth inning. That means Sean Larry, Simon Bumgart, and Donald Lutz, as they were the ones who helped produce the runs in the second inning. Larry with a 1 out, he was hit by a pitch. Bumgart singled, and then it was a walk to Donald Lutz. And that is where it stands there. The pitch is a first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs to Larry for ball 1. Count is 1-0. They had changed the error in the second inning to the third baseman as they have ruled that a base hit to Schmidt. Originally, it was listed as an error. So the Germans have two hits in the ball game as that pitch is taken for a called strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So we have to make our adjustments as well. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to short, fielded by the shortstop who throws. It takes the first baseman off the bag, and reaching safe is going to be Larry. He's going to reach on the error, and that is going to be an error charged to the Chinese. So I just took 1 error off the board for China. Now I got to put 1 back on the board, as Larry is going to be safe on the shortstop error there by Jin Yang. So E6 allows Larry to reach base, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Simon Baumgart. So some Sunday morning baseball here for everybody. We appreciate you guys for popping in here with us. As the first pitch that is delivered to Baumgart, and it misses for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Gracie Lynn says, and that's just one. There's a 6,000 capacity baseball stadium in San Jose. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes 2-0. And I think that one is close to the soccer stadium or the national stadium. It's all in that same complex. She says another 2,000 seat stadium in Turabala and 1,500 in Limon and Puntarenas. Smaller ones in Alajuela and Guanacaste. As that pitch misses or is fouled off, and the count goes to 2-1 here on Baumgart. Baumgart singled and scored a run his first time up. Young 24-year-old, standing 6'3", 200 pounds. As he has asked for time and stepped out. Gracie Lynn said the Major League Baseball actually built the one in Turrialba. As that fastball swung on, its grounded fair down the third base line into the left field corner. Chasing in after it is the left fielder Jing, and cruising into second base with a double is Baumgart. That's his second hit of the game. Stopping at third is Larry. That's going to put runners at second and third. It'll bring Donald Lutz to the plate. So the Germans got something brewing here in their half of the fourth inning. Gracie Lynn says none of them are used for baseball, and they mostly just rust. One of the things that would have been interesting, or at least I would have found it interesting, is if they could have potentially tied in with the Nicaraguan League, because Nicaragua, they play obviously a lot of baseball. If they could have tied in with Nicaragua, that would have been Nicaragua at times has had a 14 professional league. Sometimes they've had 5 or 6. I'm not sure where they stand right now. But if Costa Rica could have latched in with them, that would have been able to help build that sport. Because sometimes in areas of the country, they always have 1 or 2 spots that are a little bit more of a hotbed than anything else. So we just ended up losing our feed here on this one here. So hopefully we can stay with you here. Here's the pitch. And we're losing, as we said, we lost our feed. So the Germans are currently the ones who are up at the plate batting. We'll have to give you that here in just a second because our feed went down as they have runners at second and third. It's been a bit of a hassle, I guess, in some regards. That's been the feed here today. But we can tell you this, that they do have a mound visit here. And it is going to be a pitching change, as that is going to be the end of the day for Yanlun Zhang, as it is going to be Zudi Su who is coming on to pitch. If I've said that correctly, I hope I have. If I haven't, I apologize in advance. As Su, S-U-O, or So, will be now coming in to replace the pitcher Zhang. And what that will mean is more than likely is that Zhang is going to be able to be back into the fold as the right-hander is completing his warm-up tosses. They'll be able to bring him back in the game as they've kept him under 50 pitches, unlike Solbach, who the Germans, it looks like they're going to ride out here in this one. So Zhang done for the day. We'll get the official pitch count on Zhang too, and it's usually once you started a batter, if you have to be under 50. So the number of pitches, he leaves the game at 44 pitches, 28 for strikes. As we're almost ready to resume the action here. So Donald Lutz stands in at the plate, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Lutz. Lutz walked his first time up. He was left stranded at third. 22-year-old right-hander, as we mentioned, they don't have a lot of size, do the Chinese. That was one of the things that was noticeable as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Lutz. So 2 balls and no strikes. Gracie Lynn says her feed's working. Yeah, it's been one of those ones. There's the common feed. If you obviously in some parts of the world they can't get it. As that fastball misses upstairs, it's now 2-0. We're basically working off of a similar type of feed. The only problem is that just having some issues with our tablet here. Gracie Lynn also points out Panama playing in a summer and winter league. Yeah, that would be effective as well. I forgot about Panama being to the south there. As there's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. Count is now 2-1 to Lutz. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Gracie Lynn says, I could be wrong. I don't keep up religiously with Nicaraguan baseball, but Summer League has 8 to 10. Winter League has 5 or 6 currently, and I think you're correct. As that pitch has missed, and that is going to put Donald Lutz aboard. That's going to put runners now to load the bases as Lutz walks. As that pitch missed away. So bases are full of Germans with nobody else. This is a chance for a crooked number in a big inning. There is a mercy rule that is in effect in these games. It's 15 runs through 5 or 10 through 7. And up steps Finn Bergman to the plate as the right-hander ready to deliver the first pitch coming here to Bergman. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses up, and the count is 1-0. Bergman grounded out to third his first time up. Got a chance here to do some damage for the Germans as the right-hander ready to go again. Now he kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Larry, the runner at third. Baumgart, the runner at second. Lutz, the runner at first. Nobody out here in the fourth. Game is tied at 2, and the Germans are looking to blow this thing apart. As they have got a play on over at second base. I don't know what they're doing there. Sure, go ahead and throw behind the runner. And if the runner at third is alert, take the plate. So here comes the offering from the right-hander. And the right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball that's swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side home plate. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the Germans threatening here. Bases loaded. Right-hander gets the sign. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Bergman. As he kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball missing down, and the count goes even at 2-2. One big hit here could blow it open. I remember a number of years ago seeing the Russian national team play, as they were in a similar tournament that we were involved in. As there's a pitch that's on the way, it's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the one thing with the Russians, other than they had a pitcher who was almost 7 feet tall, they had a really fast and athletic team, but they were undersized. And it's sort of similar to the Chinese, all about 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot in that range, but really fast. Lots of team speed. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. Bergman's got to get himself a base on balls. That's going to drive in a run. That's the second walk issued in the inning. Larry is going to come around to score. So back-to-back walks issued by the reliever Sue here. Baumgart advances to third. Lutz is the runner at second, and they're still in trouble here as Alexander Schmidt comes to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Schmidt, as we said in the first at bat, had that error changed to a single. The first pitch is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Schmidt. So Schmidt hit that ground ball to third base his first time up, and the error was charged initially to the third baseman, but they had taken it off the board and ruled it as a hit. There's a breaking ball that misses inside at 61 miles an hour, and the count goes even to 1-1. Germans have a chance here to blow this thing apart. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the fourth. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Should be deep enough to get the run in. Tagging at third and coming home is the runner Baumgart. Also tagging at second and advancing to third is Lutz. And that is going to make the scoreline now 4-2 for the Germans on a sacrifice fly to right field off the bat of Schmidt. He's gone for out number 1. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Eric Brink. Well, for Brink, he's had a tough day at the office. Brink is officially 0 for 2. He has struck out both his times to the plate, once looking and once swinging. So the right-hander is Sue ready to deliver here. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Friend Gracie Lynn says that by her count, 16 teams for 16 provinces, plus some provinces have multiple, like in Havana. And there's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. Gracie Lynch says, speaking of Germany, read online that they're rebranding the German Bundesliga this year to something more national and with more money, as there is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. I haven't really paid attention a whole lot in the recent years. I know that for when I was there was 8 teams in the north, 8 teams in the south, and then they had contracted a little bit. I think it was 8-6 or 7-7 at one point. Fastball comes inside and almost hits Brink. Brink goes to now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eric Brink. Lutz the runner at third. Runner at first is Bergman. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is lined to third. It is caught by the third baseman, and as he steps on the bag, did he get the runner and double him off? I think he did, and that's a great play there by Yoon if that is the case, and that is going to do it. Boy, you couldn't have been in a worse situation. Larry, the runner at third, the ball was lined just over his head. He fielded it. I don't know if he stepped on the bag or not, but the way the Chinese are reacting, it's high fives all the way around, and they're coming off the field. I don't know if we're going to look at this or not, but it doesn't look like it. That's going to be it to end the inning. So a double play to 5 will do it to end it. That is going to do it here for the Germans in their half of the fourth inning. Well, they had 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the top of the 5th inning, it is Germany 4, China 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here. I'll come back and we'll talk about German baseball when we return after this. Hold tight, everybody. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to go check him out, as he's got all kinds of crazy things up his sleeve. The first pitch delivered from Martin Solbeck is a fastball swung on and missed, and that counts quickly 0-1 to the leadoff hitter, Tian Yuan Hu, as the right-hander again delivers a fastball swung on, grounded to the right side off the glove of Lutz, and it's going to trickle into right field. I think they're going to rule that a single, as that is going to allow Hu to reach base. We'll have to get the official scoring look on that one. And that is exactly what it is, as it deflected off the glove of the first baseman into shallow right field. So Hu aboard with a leadoff single here. Tough play there for Lutz, as he had to get to the foul line. I'm not sure that he necessarily played that the best, but he did do the best he could to try to knock it down and keep it in front. There is a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. The count is 0-1. One of the things is with the German league in the north and in the south, baseball was played, when you think of Germany and the country, if you make it like a letter L, the baseball is played in the west and in the south. You get to the east and the northeast toward Berlin, and even though they play there, it's not as popular as it is. And if you also take a look at where the American military bases are located, you'll also get to see where the influence was over time with baseball in that area. So their influence bringing the game into the country as well. So no balls and one strike it is to Liang, as they threw over to first base, and diving back in time was the runner Hu. So here comes the 0-1 pitch as the right-hander delivers. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. 58 pitches so far for the right-hander Solbeck as he continues to work here. Gracie Lynn says the new league is supposed to be 12 teams and operate on a proration. There's a ground ball hit softly to short. Schmidt gets it, and he uses his glove to flip it to the second baseman covering. That's going to retire Hu on a fielder's choice. So 6-4, he goes in the books for the first out of the inning. Safe at first is Liang. If you're going to trade runners, I don't know which one would be better, because Liang can move too. So one gone, it brings up Ning Li to the plate. Li is 1 for 1 today. He's also been hit by a pitch. He's driven in one of the 2 Chinese runs. Liang, who's on first, has scored both of the runs for China, as there is a fastball swung on. It is grounded foul just past the bag at third base. Count is quickly 0-1. Other thing is, too, is there has to be some greater investment in some of the fields. I mean, some of the diamonds, some of the places like Regensburg is a classy facility. You get to some of the other parks. Neuenberg, who wasn't in the first team, where they bounced, they've been yo-yo team. They got a great facility down in Neuenberg. There's a bunt grounded foul on the third base side. Count is 0-2. And then you have some other facilities that you go to, and they're kind of dilapidated, run down. They're not as, a little bit shoddy. So certainly being able to do that, they're going to have to put some money into the sport. The other problem is with baseball, at least in Europe as they throw to first base, and diving back is Liang. A lot of money is designated to the sport if it is an Olympic sport. If it's an Olympic sport, that they can go and get some money. And when I was there in 2008, as the breaking ball swung on, it grounded through the 6-hole into left field for a base hit. So Ling's got his second hit of the game. He's got himself a single. Liang stops at second. China's got something going again here as they got runners on first and second with one gone, and it's going to bring the right fielder Samuel Benjamin to the plate. So I was saying that what was happening in 2008, that was when the Olympics were in China. And then, if I remember correctly, 2012 was, I believe, was London, or it was 16 was in London. But regardless, baseball was out of the Olympics for a number of years, about 8, I think two Olympics until it came back to Japan. And the problem with that is that you've got a situation where they weren't getting the funding, baseball, to be put into the sport in some countries. And so that took a bit of a hit. So here comes the pitch, as it is a breaking ball that misses outside. Count goes to 1-0 on Benjamin. Benjamin 0 for 2 today, and he's been retired the same way on pop-ups to third base. So Solbeck has his number as the left-handed hitting right fielder of China waits on the pitch here from Solbeck. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball waved out and missed. The count now goes to 1-1. So Gracie Lynn says the new league is supposed to operate very similar like in Italy with a second level. Yeah, there's a couple of levels right now in Germany, Bundesliga 1, Bundesliga 2, and then they have regional leagues. As there's a fastball swung on, grounded softly over to first. Donald Lutz drops to all fours to field it. He smothers it. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3. But one would have to think that Lutz probably would be a defensive replacement. Somebody's going to have to come in and play first base. Lutz has had a really tough day over there. He's not made it look easy. And so a better defensive option late in the game is probably on the cards. Well, that is going to bring up Yun Liu to the plate. The third baseman is 1 for 2 today. He's got a single, an RBI, and he's grounded into a double play. So China has runners at second and third here with 2 gone. As Liu comes to the plate. And they have the trainer out right now to check on the first baseman, Lutz, but it looks like he's going to be okay. As he will continue here. He had dropped to all fours to have to field it. I think he took a ball by the looks of it on the inside part of the left thigh. We'll get the look at the replay. The ball took a hop, had come up, and looked like it just below the hip. He was able to get it and make it to the base. He's had a bit of a rough day at the office today, has the big fella. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled right into the feet of Liu, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So right-hander Solbeck delivers. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Liu. So 1 ball, 1 strike. You are listening to the coverage of the World Baseball Classic Qualifier, Canada, China versus Germany, as this game here is going on in the top half of the 5th inning with the Germans leading 4-2. Solbeck holds to the set, now kicks and fires. It is a fastball that swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Solbeck looking to get out of this jam. Runners in scoring position. As he holds set, now kicks and fires. There is a fastball that misses down in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander ready to go back to work. Gets his sign from the catcher, Walter. As he holds to the set, pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded over deep into the 6th hole. Fielding it is Schmidt on the backhand, sliding to his knees. He gets up and throws to first. Oh, a nice play by the German shortstop. And that is going to do it. Lua is retired on a ground out 6-3. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for China in their half of the 5th inning. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom half of inning number 5. It is Germany 4 and China 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action, and keep on chatting with our friend Gracie Lynn, who is in here hanging out with us today. And we much appreciate you for doing that as well. We'll be right back in just a few after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of inning number 5, and coming to bat for the Germans will be Lou Helmig, Lucas Dunn, and Yannick Walter, which means the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the German batting order. They have not been very productive today, has been the top part of the order. They have been a combined 0 for 9 so far in this one. It has been the hitters from 5 on down that have done the damage for the Germans. The first pitch delivered to Helmig is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. It's going to hang up long enough as the center fielder Liang races over to make the catch. With 1 pitch, we have 1 away here in the 5th inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder Lucas Dunn. Well, for Dunn, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out and popped to first as he strides to the plate here to face the right-handed reliever Sue for the first time. So would come in and got himself into a bit of a shaky start as he walked the first 2 batters he'd faced in relief. As the breaking ball is tipped into the glove of the catcher for a called strike, or for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Dunn has struck out and popped to first in his 2 trips as the breaking ball comes inside and hits him. And he is going to be aboard with a hit by pitch. That is going to put a runner at first with 1 gone, and that'll bring up the catcher, Yannick Walter. So Walter is coming to bat. He has lined to second, and he has flown out to center field in his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So Walter batting from the right side, waiting on the offering from the right-hander who delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-0. 20-year-old catcher for the Germans. They're entrusting him with a pitching staff here to lead the way. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the right-hander delivers a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. I'm not so sure about that one. I think the German catcher may have a word with the umpire when he comes back out in the next half inning saying, hey, you got to protect me. I got to protect you. That pitch sure didn't look like a strike. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside. It goes to 3-1. And sort of Walter had the hold up on that one, which was a good thing, as that pitch looked like it was well outside. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Gracie Lynn said she stepped away, but she's back. She said, are we going to be doing the coverage of the Brazil-Colombia game tonight? There is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes full to Walter. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I can only do the day games. So today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. And tomorrow's game, hopefully it'll be a quick game because I got to get some vehicle repair done. I was in a car accident a couple of weeks ago. Somebody decided to ram my back part of the vehicle. That ball is hitting into deep left field. And underneath it and dropping it is the left fielder. And then he kicks it around a little bit more for good measure. So the left fielder underneath a fly ball, Jing drops the for sure second out of the inning. And then he plays soccer with it to boot, and that's going to put runners at second and third as Dunn goes all the way around to third. Stopping at second is Walter on the error by the left fielder. And that was a can of corn. That ball should have been had. He got underneath it, did well to get there. And then it was one hand off of the glove down onto the ground, and then it was soccer time as he kept kicking it around. And that's the way you have it. And you have to say this, that the German base runners, certainly the German base runner Walter, needed to be running a little bit harder there out of the box, but stopping at third is done. Runners at second and third, one gone. Sean Larry coming to the plate as he was hit by a pitch and reached on an error in his 2 trips, but he has scored 2 of the 4 German runs. And here comes the offering here from the right-hander Sue. Pitch on the way, breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. This game just has all the feelings of where the Germans could just put the foot on the gas and run away. Base hit here starts to stretch the spread. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and grounded, foul over on the first base side. The count is 1-1. Yeah, so unfortunately not going to be able to make some of the later games even throughout the rest of this tournament. I'd like to. I would like to be able to do that, but not quite yet. As the right-hander holds set and now delivers, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field, and it's going to get over the head of the left fielder all the way to the wall. Jing is back to pick it up, and he drops it again. And that's going to get 2 runs in, and then the shortstop on the relay drops the ball. Nobody can seem to hang on to it. They're playing hot potato with it. But that is going to be Larry who cruises into third base. We're going to get a look to see if it is that. They've given him a double, and then he advances to third on the error by the left fielder. So he's got himself a double. He'll get himself a couple of RBIs. So 2 RBIs for Sean Larry. He advances to third on the other error by the left fielder. That's now 3 errors by China, 2 in the inning. It's increased the German lead to 6-2. And it'll bring up the second baseman, Simon Baumgart. And the first pitch to Baumgart's a fastball that is, or breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Baumgart. Baumgart has been a part of the German offense today. He has 2 hits and 2 trips to the plate, a single and a double. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and fouled off on the first base side of home plate. Baumgart 2 for 2 today, and the 2 runs scored. So just watching the outfielder Jing having a hard time on the replay come up with that play. There's a fastball missing up. Count is 1-2. So 6-2 Germany in the lead here. Right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. Count remains at 1-2. Our friend Gracie Lynn says, I know Costa Rica was also in that Pan American Cup tournament where Brazil, Colombia played for gold. Costa Rica beat Nicaragua for the first time ever and prevented them from being able to get a medal. That's kind of interesting to note. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. Count now goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Gracie Lynn says, loving the scoreline, at least one different team from the last Classic. Well, the Germans had a chance in the last one. It was the Czech Republic who beat them in Regensburg on their home soil. I think the final was 8-4. That knocked the Germans out. The Germans could have been there last time. There's a ball in the dirt that gets away from the catcher. That runs the count now to 3-2. Holding at third is Larry. I'm curious, as I say, what they're going to do with the pitcher here. I would think that they're probably going to keep him under 50 pitches as well. This is the 9th batter that Sioux has faced. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the first base side. Count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Game's being played in Tucson, Arizona. There's a breaking ball missing upstairs. And that's going to be ball 4. Baumgart's going to be aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners at the corners with 1 gone, and it brings Donald Lutz to the plate. Gracie Lynn says, I don't care who the team is. He doesn't want a same carbon copy of the 20 teams. Yeah, that would be the case. I think, what was it? Nicaragua, obviously. I don't think Nicaragua was there last time, were they? But certainly, obviously, Chinese Taipei is. And then in this group here, China's been in it before, as has the Brazilians, and of course, Colombia. So it'll be interesting. Maybe the Germans can squeak themselves into the tournament as one of the 2 seeds. Well, we got to pause and play here, as that is going to be the end of the day for Sioux. We have a pitching change. We're going to be back here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in with us here on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We're going to take our little time out. We'll come back as the change is being made. Here is our friend Steve.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change, and we are seeing that it's a left-hander coming into the ball game. This is going to be number 18. This is going to be Jeremy Wu Yelland. He was originally born in Seattle, Washington, and he is coming on in relief. So the lefty here ready to take over. Our friend Gracie Lynn says, is this where the stadium is for University of Arizona? And that would be correct. That is where they are playing this one out. So Jeremy Wu Yelland in relief. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0 to Lutz. Lutz today has walked both of his trips to the plate. He does not have an at-bat. Has the lefty-lefty matchup ready to go, and the pitch is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Wu Yelland ready to deliver again. It's a fastball that is down and away, almost gets by the catcher. Nice stop there by the catcher, Ning Lee. 6-2. Germany has the lead, bottom of the 5th inning. It is a sunny day, bright skies, not too many clouds in the sky here. As the pitch is delivered, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 2-2 to Lutz. Gracie Lynn points out that it was Nicaragua finished worse than Israel. Yeah, that's never a good thing in these qualifiers or in these games. So here comes the pitch as the lefty holds to the set, now delivers. Breaking ball comes inside and hits Lutz. He's going to be aboard now. That's going to load the bases. That is going to put runners at first, second, and third. It's going to bring Finn Bergman to the plate. And with one gone here, the Germans are threatening to pour more on the board. You had to think it was only a matter of time. But I have to say this. One of the things that I was commenting on the South Africans in the first qualifying tournament, their whole team was all South African born. I don't know if they were all trained, but certainly South African born. There's a fastball that is swung through and missed. Count as 1-1. The Germans, on the other hand, have now started to add a mix of players into the roster. They've got some American-born players. As we said, the shortstop is Australian. Pitch is on the way. It's a fastball missing upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Wu Yelland holds and delivers. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2 on Bergman. Bergman walked and had a run, drove a run in by the base on balls his last time up. He's officially 0 for 1 as he had grounded to third. Got a chance to really blow this thing apart, and the pitch is swung on and fouled straight back, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. (6-2) for the Germans over the Chinese here in the 5th inning. As the left-hander holds himself to the set. And now he kicks and fires another fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. So Wu Yelland here on the mound. Born in Seattle, Washington. As we mentioned, there were a couple of American-born players on the Chinese team. As time has been called at the plate by the batter Bergman. Gracie Lynn said in the 2023 Classic, it was Venezuela, Dominican, Puerto Rico, Israel, and then, of course, it was Nicaragua. There's a breaking ball missing down. I had a buddy of mine who umpired in that bracket. He was on the same crew as Angel Hernandez, and I asked him, I said, what was Angel like? And he said he was great. Angel Hernandez. And you hear a lot of umpires, they say the same thing. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Bergman's down on strikes. He's in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. Or sorry, the 2nd out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Alexander Schmidt. Bases are still loaded, full of Germans. Angel Hernandez, the name that a lot of people who felt he was a baseball villain as an umpire, but a lot of the umpires, a lot of people in the baseball world, or at least umpire-wise, they seem to like him. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the first base side, moving over underneath it in foul territory is the first baseman, Jin Jun. He's got the room, he makes the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, the Germans had an opportunity to pour some more runs on the board, but not able to do it here in their half of the 5th. They got 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There were 2 errors, and there was 3 runners left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. Your score is Germany 6, China 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Got some more Japanese cheerleaders to keep you entertained. We'll be back in just a bit.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back to everybody. We are moving ourselves to the sixth inning as China will send its 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat. It'll be Yang, Zheng, and Chen, as it is going to be the starter, Martin Solbach, who is going to be continuing on in the game here. So we are going to be watching him here as well. We had a good kick out of it here as we have a bit of a struggle. Sometimes our feed goes, and that's because our tablet is working in a strange way here. I don't understand why that is. It's not, it is us, not you, I guess would be the way I would put it. So they have a defensive switch as Vincent Aherns has come in to catch. And we're a little bit behind, but we can tell you it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Jin Yang. And he ends up going down, swinging here as he's going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So Yang is down. He's gone for out number 1, and that is going to bring up a pinch hitter in Yu. Or sorry, I should say in Du. Du is coming to the plate. So that'll be the end of the day for the left fielder. The left fielder who had started had a rough day at the office, and that, of course, was Wenbin Jing. He had made himself a couple errors in that last inning, and so they're taking him out. It's going to be Nan Du to come in to replace him. Martin Solbach is still on the mound, and he is approaching his magic number of 85 pitches. So 1 in the books, and Du coming to the plate as he replaces Jing. Solbach 11 pitches away. You can start the batter below the 85. Once you reach 85, your day is done. So one would have to think he's going to try to get out of this inning. He's going to try to get 6 complete. First pitch is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. Count is 0-1 to Do. Get 6 innings out of the German right-hander. That would be quite the day at the office. And then the tough games will come against Brazil and, of course, against Colombia. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Germany and Brazil tomorrow, and then it'll be China-Brazil on Tuesday. We'll get all the ones for you as well in the daytime. There's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count goes to 1-2 on Du. Looks like they have a right-hander up, or there's a left-hander up in the bullpen. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Du is in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here. So Solbach had struck out 2 coming into the inning, and now he's got 2 here in the inning to double his total. With 4 strikeouts, that brings up Gigi Chen to the plate. Our friend Gracie Lynn says, looking back, congrats on the amount of views on the Classic stream. Chats were kind of slow. There wasn't so much. A lot of the viewers were from Taiwan, as it's quickly 0-2 here to Chen. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Solbach strikes out the side. 82 pitches. Maybe he'll start the next inning to get 1 batter. Who knows? But the Germans have done it here as it is retiring the Chinese in order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We are now moving to the last half of the 6th inning. It is a 6-2 ball game for the Germans. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It is World Baseball Classic qualifying from Arizona. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt Hollis, as he is a friend of our channel, and we appreciate him for jumping in. It is going to be the bottom of the sixth inning, and coming to bat for the Germans will be the top of the order. It'll be Brink, Helmig, and Dunn to face the left-hander Jeremy Wu Yelland, the Seattle native who will take over for China here in their half of the sixth inning. It is in Tucson, Arizona at Keno Veterans Memorial Stadium, as China is playing Germany here in the Classic Qualifier. The first pitch is a fastball swung on, popped up over on the right side of the infield, moving over underneath it to make the catch is Jun Liu. And with one pitch, we've got one away here as Brink's tough day at the office continues. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Lou Helmig. Well, Helmig comes to the plate. He's had a rough day as well. He's 0 for 3. He's lined to short, popped to third, and flown out to center as he takes a 90-mile-an-hour fastball down and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. This is probably the hardest pitcher that we've seen out of China. Even the first pitcher, Zhang, didn't bring it up like the lefty Wu Yelland is doing, as he misses with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone, and the count goes to 2-0. So I was talking to where Gracie asked about the streams and about the chats. As I said, a lot of the people that had checked in were from Taiwan. So we'll need a little bit of chats, not a whole lot going on at that time. I know the late night stuff that we get when we do the Asian things, that's where our niche seems to be, the daytime stuff. But as I said, we're kind of getting ourselves ready for the NPB season, what we're looking for. That fastball gets by, the catcher goes all the way to the backstop, and the count now is 3-0 on Helmig. Trying to get ourselves prepared and ready, getting the kinks out, getting some of our other in-between inning pieces ready to go for the season. Hopefully have some entertainment for you along the way. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-1 to Helmig. Helmig batting from the left side, waggles the bat. Big, tall, lanky, young left fielder for the Germans. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-2. So one thing in the German lineup, you have a lot of young players. The catcher, Walter, of course, being 20 years old. Helmig, left fielder, 20 years old. And he swings through a fastball at 95. Oh boy, you Welland really dialed it up, and that is going to retire Helmig. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Originally a fourth-round pick by the Red Sox in the 2020 draft, underwent Tommy John surgery in April of 2022, is Wu Yelland. And so here's the pitch. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Lucas Dunn. You can see here he's a little bit further up the food chain than your regular arm here for the Chinese. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. And this ball is going to get down. It's going to get up the gap all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading into second is Dunn, and he's going to cruise in safely with a 2-out double. So he is at second, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Yannick Walter, to the plate. And for Walter today, he's officially 0 for 3. He's lined to second and he's flown to center, but he reached on an error by the left fielder his last time up and came around to score. The 20-year-old German catcher. Striding the plate here with 2 out, looking to help tack another run on the board here for the Germans. As the lefty Hugh Welland kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. The batter Walter checks his bat. Looks like it's going to be okay. No balls and 1 strike. Should say it's actually Vincent Aherns who's come in to replace him. No balls and 1 strike to Aherns, so Walter's day is done. And he pitches a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Aherns. Left-hander against the right-hander. Llewellyn ready to deliver again. The pitch on the way is a fastball in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. World Baseball Classic live commentary here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel between China and Germany. Glad you folks could pop in to listen, whether you listen live or on delay. It's great to have you around. As the 2-1 pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Waiting his turn on deck is the designated hitter, Sean Larry. As the lefty kicks and fires, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and that runs the count full to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Lefty Wu Yellen gets the sign from his catcher, and now he's ready to go back at it. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, and that's going to be lifted foul, and the count remains at 3-2. Our friend Kyle Busch, fan 8, which is Ryan in the house. Welcome you into the stream today. Hope you're doing well. So 3-2 it remains here on Aherns. Kyle says, or in this case, Ryan says, go Germany. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Aherns is in the books for the 3rd out of the inning, and that's going to do it. Well, they strand a runner, do the Germans. No runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left to board. We are now through 6 complete. Your score is Germany 6 and China 2. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. It is a 6-2 ball game, and we'll be back after this, after we check out Steve's refrigerator.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, hey, it's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 7th inning coming up here for China as they are looking at a 4-run deficit to the Germans. It is going to be coming to bat will be Tian Yun Hu, Pei Liang, and Ning Li. Check that. It's going to be 9-1-2. It's going to be Liu Hu and Liang to come to bat. We're just getting a quick check here as it does look like it is Solbeck who is staying in the ballgame. So this would, for all intents and purposes, probably going to be his last batter to face. Friend Gracie Lynn asked about if there was a Colombian player who made the roster, and the answer to that would be no. There's 5 players that are big leaguers that have made the roster, but Didier Fuentes, I don't see him as one of them. Although I have to go back and take a double check. No, it wasn't. The pitcher Fuentes, I didn't see him on the roster. But there looks like there were 5 either current or former big leaguers that are applying their trade. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 here to Lou. At least ones that I recognize off the top. Harold Ramirez in the outfield for sure. Another pitch that is a fastball swung on and missed. Counts now 0-2 to Lou. Solback delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 0-2. Dilson Herrera on that club as well in the outfield. So there's a second name. I don't remember if Herrera got to the bigs or not. Gio Urshela, of course, who was with the Braves and the Tigers last year. He's in the Colombian side. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and tap foul. Count remains at 0-2 to Lou. They do have a left-hander up in the pen to the Germans, and there's a pitch that is swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Lou on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that is more than likely going to end it here for Solback, as he has reached his 85 pitches. They're going to come out and get him is Yanni Speer, and it'll be a pitching change that is about to happen here. The Germans are going to the bullpen. They're calling for the left-hander. We'll get you that when we come back in just a moment, and we'll tell you exactly who else the Colombians have on their roster as we look ahead to tonight's game. We'll be right back in just a few.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool to go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change as the Germans are going to the bullpen. It is going to be Jordan Martinson coming in to replace Marcus Solback as he will take over here in the 7th inning. Tian Yuan Hu will be coming to bat here to face him first after he completes his warm-up tosses, as it'll be the top of the order in Hu to come to bat here. And Martinson has completed his warm-ups, and we're ready to resume the action. 2026 World Baseball Classic qualifiers. 2025, of course, the 2026 is where they are playing for next year. One of the things that our friend Gracie Lynn was talking about is these qualifiers. One thing I'm not a big fan of is it doesn't tell you where the winner or the runner-ups will go. There's a first pitch fastball swung on, lifted into center field, moving over to his right and backing up to make the catch as the center fielder Dunn, and who is in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder Pei Liang. So when you look at the bracket, it tells you that there's going to be qualifiers in the 4 groups, but it doesn't tell you where the winner will be stationed, where the runner-up would go, as there's a first pitch fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Liang has been the offense today for the Chinese. He is 2 for 2. He has scored a pair of runs. He's stolen a base. Or check it, he's 2 for 3. He's been on base all 3 times. He did reach on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1-2. Left-hander Martinson ready to go again. As he kicks and delivers, that pitch just misses. The count is actually 2-1 now. That's why I said we're in a bit of a spring training ourselves. Got to get a little bit of the rust off and a little bit of the cobwebs out, as it is going to be in 26 days. The NPB season begins. Fastball swung on and a lifted foul. Now the count goes to 2-2, and we're looking forward to bringing you as much action as we can this year in the NPB. Gracie Lynn says she's trying to mention every country with a C that's going to confuse us, as that ball is going to drop into left field for a base hit. That is going to put a runner at first here in Liang. Liang has got himself a single. That's his third hit of the ball game. So have yourself a day, P. Liang. And that will bring up the catcher, Ning Li. Yeah, Gracie Lynn says, I don't like how it's seemingly fixed group placement. Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's how everything. I'd like to see a draw like they do in FIFA. There's a fastball that comes inside and hits Ning Li, and is he gonna get first base? Yes, he is. That's gonna put runners at first and second with 2 gone, and it's gonna bring Samuel Benjamin to the plate. So Liang and Lee have each been aboard 4 times in different ways. That's the second time that Lee has been hit by the pitch today. So he is aboard, and that brings Benjamin to the plate, who's had a tough day. The first pitch to Benjamin is a breaking ball, waved at and missed. The count is 0-1. Benjamin is pumped out twice to third and grounded to first in his 3 trips to the plate. Benjamin, the 22-year-old, waggling the bat, waiting on the pitch here from the lefty Martinson, who delivers. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is even at 1-1. Gracie Lynn says, why do we know the group's a year out? Yeah, I agree with that as well. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. One thing I am okay with is that if you put maybe the seeded teams into the group, like obviously if Japan is going to be a host in that first round, then obviously you know that they're going to be in a group. If it is going to be the United States as a host, or maybe they have 2 placements for groups, as there's a fastball swung on, it is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Dunn. He's got to battle the sun, but he makes the grab, and Benjamin's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. So a inning that looked like it was going to go easy went a little sideways there, but the Germans were able to come out unscathed. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors. There was 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is the Germans 6, China 2. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. I'll answer more Gracie's questions when we return because they're good ones. Right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we got a pitching change here for China, as it is going to be Yikong Sung who is coming in to replace Jeremy Wu Yelland. So Sun will be the 4th pitcher used today for the Chinese. So Yikong Sun on in relief. And he is going to be slated to face Sean Larry Simon Baumgart, as well as Donald Lutz in this one here. So Larry striding to the plate as we're ready to resume the action, and the first pitch is on its way. Our friend Titus in the house here as well today. First pitch is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Larry. Larry today has been hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and doubled, knocked in a pair of runs his last time up as he takes a called strike on the inside corner, 0-2. And Gracie Lynn said, why isn't there two Asian groups like last time? It's a great question, as that pitch is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. You know, you think about it, and I think that they've not only two groups, but I think the second round, there's not an Asian group. All the second round stuff is going to be played in North America, as there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Larry goes in the books quickly for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Simon Baumgart. Yeah, I didn't look too tightly ahead, but I do believe only one group is going to be played in Japan, and then after that, it is on to North America for the rest of the tournament. Fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-0 on Baumgart. Baumgart is 2 for 2 today. He's also drawn a walk. 6'3", 200-pound second baseman. Waits on the offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that misses inside, it's now 3-0 to Baumgart. Well, another thing is, too, is that when you think about it, like Korea, I don't know if Korea's hosted. I know when the Taipei Dome in Taiwan was refurbished a couple of years ago. And so they've been getting their games in. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4 to Baumgart. He's aboard with a 1-out walk. That brings Donald Lutz to the plate. One of the things I was going to mention is that, you know, you're looking at the Taipei Dome. Last night there was a game between the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and China Trust Brothers. As the first pitch is a slow breaking ball that misses up and away to Lutz. 1 ball and no strikes. Lutz has been hit by a pitch and has 2 walks today. One would think that this might be his swan song at the plate, as he swings and lifts that one foul over on the third base side, and the count goes even at 1-1. And it was a refurbishment. I think it holds, if I'm not mistaken, around 43,000. And so they had filled it up in their qualifiers. They really filled it up during the Premier 12 tournament when they were hosting games. And now, of course, as time has been called by Lutz at the plate, you're looking at a situation where they would be in a great position to host again, even in a classic tournament, because it's a first-rate venue after the remodeling. As there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 1-2. As I mentioned, I'm going to try to get there. I don't know if there's going to be a game in that dome when I'm there. They're going to play about 25 of these CPBL games this season in the dome. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses upstairs. The throw down to second base is over the head of the shortstop into center field. And getting up and advancing over to third is Baumgart. So he's got himself a stolen base. He's going to advance to third on the error by the catcher. That puts him at third with 1 gone. Got a pretty good jump. The throw wasn't even close, as it sailed into right center field. That last pitch was a ball to Lutz. Here's the 2-2. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep right field. This ball could be trouble. Back on the warning track, looking up, and this one is gone. A 2-run homer off the bat at Donald Lutz. And that is what he's there for. He brings the pop. And that is going to increase the scoreline to a more comfortable 8-2 lead for Germany here in the 7th inning, as they have added 2 more here with 1 out. So 8-2, the Germans are out in front. Our friend Gracie Lynn says the Japan group plays its quarterfinals in Houston with the Houston group. San Juan goes to Miami. Semis and onward is Miami. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike by Finn Bergman. Bergman is 0 for 2 today. He's got a ground out and a strikeout. He's walked and driven in a run. As he swings through a breaking ball, it's taken for, and it's now 0-2. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. CPBBL, I don't know. Cuba, I'm probably not interested in. That would be tough. Even Nicaragua would be tough too, because just my own time frame of when I'm available. It's easier actually to do the late night games than it is the early games. There's this 1-2 strikes here to Bergman. Pitches a breaking ball that misses down, and it now goes to 2-2. So the Chinese league is the better bet. As I say, the Nicaraguan league, some of that stuff just because of my own time frames. I try to do some major league games in the day like we did a couple years ago in April, May, and June. As that is check swing fouled away by Bergman, and the count remains at 2-2. Germans now comfortably ahead 8-2 here in the 7th. 4 more runs would end this one early, but we still have a little bit of baseball left. Fastball misses outside. It now goes to 3-2 on Bergman. But could get ugly in a hurry here if the pitcher can't get hitters out. As the Germans are looking to end this one early. There's a fastball that misses up. It's going to be ball 4. So Bergman's aboard with a walk. That brings the shortstop Alexander Schmidt to the plate. So Schmidt, he has been productive today, and he's been decent defensively as well. He had some nice backhanded plays into the 6 hole. The difference is the major league players will make those plays and be able to throw runners out going to first base. He's officially 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He does have a sac fly and an RBI. As the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. 8-2, the Germans in front. As the pitch to Schmidt is a fastball that misses way outside. The count goes even at 1-1. One would have to think they're probably going to be rolling a number of pitchers out of the bullpen now. Both of these teams. As the pitch is down to Schmidt, the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the German shortstop. He is in the 9-hole spot in the batting order. As the right-hander works to the set position, here comes the pitch. Fastball misses outside. It now goes to 3-1. Waiting on deck is the third baseman, Eric Brink. As again, the right-hander works himself set. 3-1 on the way. Fastball upstairs. It's going to be ball 4, and Schmidt's going to be aboard here. It's going to put runners at first and second with 1 gone. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Brink. There is some action quietly getting going in the Chinese bullpen. But Brink comes to bat here with runners at first and second. He's 0 for 4 in this one. He has lined into a double play, struck out twice, and popped to first as he takes a first pitch fastball down and in for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So Brink looking to get off the schneid. It's not been his day today. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it's a fastball that swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Brink batting from the right side here against the right-hander Sun, who delivers a fastball that is chopped foul over on the third base side. The count now is 1-2 to Brink. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Only one gone here. We are in the last half of the 7th inning. Pitch on the way. Fastball. Swung on and missed, and Brink has got himself a sombrero here today as he has gone down for the 3rd time. Golden sombrero, he has gone out for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Lou Helmig. Well, Helmig today has had a tough day as well. He is 0 for 4. He has lined out twice, flown out once, and struck out as he takes a breaking ball up and away for a ball. Another one, we said 21 years old, 6'5", 198 pounds. We have some young players in the lineup, do the Germans. As the righty delivers, fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander working himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted into shallow right field. And that ball is going to drop in, and it's going to be fielded by the right fielder. We're going to see if they were able to cash another run, and the Germans do plate another one, as that is going to bring home the 9th run of the game for the Germans. So Helmig's got himself an RBI single. It was a blooper into right field. It advances Schmidt around to third. They got runners on the corners, do the Germans. That is going to bring Lucas Dunn to the plate. So Dunn today officially 1 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. So the right-hander delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. Count is 0-1 to Dunn. Germans looking to put the icing on the cake in this one. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Italians a couple of years ago. It was the European Championships. Alex Liddy, who was a former Seattle Mariner third baseman, had hit 3 home runs in one game in the tournament that was being held in Regensburg. For some reason, that came to mind. A long bomb here would end this one. Pitch on the way. And that's what Dunn had in his mind, but he swung through a fastball, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And on the play, Lou Helmig had stolen second base. So runners at second and third. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on. This ball's hammered down the left field line, and it's just going to hook foul into the corner. Oh boy, Dunn would have hit that one. It would have been extra bases and more runs scoring for the Germans. But it keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Vincent Aherns, who would come in to catch for Yannick Walter a couple innings ago. Here comes the pitch back again here to Dunn. As the 1-2 is on the way. Breaking ball down. Good stop there by the catcher, Ning Lee. That runs the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander holds to the set, now he pitches and delivers. And there's a fastball swung on. This is lined into right center field. It's going to get down. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is going to be Dunn, and he's got himself his second double of the game and a couple of RBIs. That's going to increase the German lead to 11-2, as that will bring home ahead of him Schmidt and Helmig. So the Germans' explosion here late in the game has really done the trick, as they now have an 11-2 lead, 4 runs here in the 7th inning. It's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound, as that looks like it is going to be the end of the day for Yin Kong's son. Another son is coming in. It is going to be Guan Zhon's son. So they're trying to stave off the mercy rule are the Chinese by bringing in another Sun to pitch. And we're going to just take a timeout here for just a moment as they do have a pitching change. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for listening with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It is now 11-2 for Germany in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Enfuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball!
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We've got the game here as we go to the after the pitching change has been made. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Vincent Ahern's coming to bat here as the Germans have a commanding 11-2 lead. Runner at second with 2 gone. They need to cash that other runner 180 feet away. If that runner scores, this game is over. So we'll see how this plays out as the right-hander Sun, on a replacement of Sun, delivers a first pitch fastball that misses inside for ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 18-year-old young kid on the mound from Tianjin, China, 5'9", 176 pounds. As the right-hander checks the runner and delivers. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. Oh, if you're going to put an 18-year-old in the game, you're down 11-2. Why not? He's probably pretty nervous. Get that out of his system. Looks like he's got a fairly live arm as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball at 84 that misses outside. I think it was a fastball because sometimes the pitches, you're not 100% sure always if it's a fastball or a changeup at this level. So 3 balls and no strikes. As the pitch on the way to Ahern's is a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. Ahern's had to do a 180. It looked like he was ready to go to first base, but the right hand of the home plate umpire brought him back. I have to tell you, I think I would have probably shrunk the zone there to get this one going. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes now to 3-2 on Ahern's. World Baseball Classic qualifier from Tucson, Arizona. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us, whether live or on delay. Bottom of the 7th, 11-2 for the Germans. As the pitch is a fastball that misses way upstairs, and that's going to be ball 4. Ahern's is aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second with 2 gone. And now the Germans have batted around. This will be the 10th hitter coming to the plate. It's going to be Sean Larry coming to bat. Well, for Larry, he is officially 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He takes a first pitch for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Larry here. He has scored a couple of runs. He reached on an error, doubled home a couple of runs. The right-hander delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. 33-year-old left-handed hitting, designated hitter of the Germans. Waits here on the offering from the right-hander, who delivers. That's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Larry. the mic. There we are there, but our mic got pulled out, and it is going to be ball 4. And that is going to walk Bumgart, and that is going to do it. He is going to score the run. And that is going to be a base on balls. It brings in the final run. It's going to walk off the Germans in this one. We knocked out our mics, so unfortunately that was the way it went. We got muted a bit. It's going to cash in Lucas Dunn with the winning run. That's the 12th run of the ball game. Ahearns is going to advance to third. Larry is going to advance to second. But that is going to mercy it out right here. I don't think the umpires are discussing something, but I really don't know what's to discuss with the Chinese. That is the 10-run rule through the 7 innings. And that is going to do it as this game is over. Your final score is Germany 12, China 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. I'll wrap this one up for you and finishing off with our friend Gracie Lynn when we return.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Well, we got muted a little bit there in the last little bit. We knocked our mic out, but the Germans have done the job here. It was a great pitching performance from Martin Solbach, who went 6 1/3 strong innings to pace the Germans to a 12-2 victory over the Chinese. China got things going in the first inning with 1 out, a single by Pei Liang. And then after Ning Li was hit by a pitch, it was an error by the first baseman, actually, that kept Ning Li alive. It was a drop pop-up by Donald Lutz in foul territory that allowed Ning Li to stay alive. Then he was hit by a pitch. And then with 2 out, it was an RBI single off the bat of Liu Yun to give them a 1-0 lead. Germans responded with 2 of their own in the bottom of the second with 1 out. Sean Larry was hit by a pitch. Simon Bumgart singled. And a walk to Donald Lutz loaded the bases. And then after a ground out by Finn Bergman, it was a single by Alexander Schmidt that helped put the Germans up to a 2-1 lead. China tied it in the third after a single by Pei Ling. He stole second, and Li Ning drove him home. That made the score 2-2. But after that, it was all Germany as they scored 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and finished it off with 6th in the 7th to knock off China 12-2. And we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, early in the daytime. So hopefully you guys can pop in and check it out if you are here. We had a great time today with everybody that did pop in. And appreciate you guys can be here again tomorrow. It'll be Germany and Brazil, same time, same channel. Have a great day, everybody, and we will catch you again on the flip side. Once again, it's been the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It's called this one here for you today. Have a great day, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.